spirit, lots and lots of different things. And so we see these liberal ideas in all religions as you examine and learn about them in a variety of ways. One of the other things that I really have enjoyed as I've gotten to know the UU tradition is that it's not just pastors and leaders of the denomination who have value through the years. There's an awful lot of great writings from lay people in Unitarian traditions. I found a fantastic passage from many years ago. A fellow by the name of Ed Shemp, who was from Barrington, New Jersey. Nobody knows him, right? He writes that Unitarian Universalism is a fierce belief in the way of freedom and reverence for the sacred dignity of each individual. With Thomas Jefferson, we have sworn eternal hostility against every tyranny over the mind. Unitarian Universalism is cooperation with the universe that created us. It is a celebration of life. It is being in love with goodness and justice. It is a sense of humor about absolutes. Unitarian Universalism is faith in people, hope for tomorrow's child, confidence and continuity that spans all time. It looks not to be a perfect heaven, but toward a good earth. It is respectful of the past, but not limited to it. It trusts in growing and conspiring with change. It is spiritual responsibility for a moral tomorrow. So what does all this mean? There are many throughout the history of Unitarianism that say that there are about 4 different ways that UUs live out a liberal faith. The first is in acts of service. The way that we go about living our daily lives, looking for ways to serve people. Often, unfortunately, the conservative religions call this the social gospel. We think that by helping people that that's going to save them, to bring them to heaven. That's not really the point at all. The point is that we help people who have a need. I remember several years ago when the big earthquake and tsunami wiped out parts of Indonesia. There were conservative Christian groups who have a worldwide presence who could go there immediately with all kinds of aid and food and water and medical support, but they required the people who volunteered with their organization to present the gospel before they would hand out water, to ask somebody to pray a prayer of forgiveness before they would give them food. It was about getting them to pray a prayer rather than serving them in a time of need. This is not what a liberal religion is all about. The second way is through social and moral reflection and education. We are an intellectual faith. We like to talk about questions. We don't mind disagreeing with each other, but we do it agreeably. We do it friendly. This is one of the values of getting to know each other, joining us for coffee hour afterwards, talking about some of the key social, moral, political ideas of the day and figuring out how we as UUs ought to be involved and then planning ways to make that happen. The third way is by supporting individual convictions of our members and friends. It's impossible for us to list all of the different social causes, all of the different political causes, all of the different medical issues that we might be able to support. Last month, October, I'm a big supporter of breast cancer awareness. I have a long history of breast cancer in my family. My sister's a 2-time survivor. I have an uncle who died of breast cancer. Yes, an uncle. And so I always observe Breast Cancer Awareness Month by wearing as much pink as possible. November, by its contrast, is called No Shave November, or Movember. I call it Man Cancer Awareness Month. And so in November, I don't shave to raise awareness for prostate and testicular cancer awareness. You probably don't know this, but almost as many men die every year from testicular and prostate cancer as women die from breast cancer. Yet we never hear about it. Why? Well, because boobs. I mean, who talks about prostates? But we all have our individual causes, our individual items that we're impassioned about. You have your things, I have my things, you have your things, and that's totally fine. We don't make everyone feel guilty for not sharing the same passions. We encourage each other to follow our passions, to follow our heart, to be involved in whatever it is you believe is important. And then fourthly, it's corporate social action, because there are some issues in which we have a much better voice when we work together. when we go to a protest, when we work with other organizations to make a difference. So all of these ways help make us who we are. I want to encourage you, not just today, but over the next several weeks and months, to think about your role in this liberal religion. What is it that you ought to be doing? Some of you I know are super active already in a variety of issues, and that's fantastic. Some of you we see on Sunday mornings and shake your hand and have a great time chatting with you, but you need to be pushed a bit more to follow your passions, to be involved in some ways. And we intend to do that. We want to find something that you can be involved with to make a difference so that the world around you is a better place. This is, I think, a good time to stop and take an offering. So, ushers, if you would grab the baskets. There are a lot of different ways in which we have expenses to operate at this congregation. And the offerings that we take help support that and help support the ministries that this congregation is engaged in. So please, we encourage you to give generously as the baskets come back.